time I can stand
So
by.
since they're in recess, we're gonna
I'll
take
leave
time
this
to
meeting.
talk.
We're gonna call the meeting back to order.
That was fast.
Call me back to order.
Right now.
It's gonna be
So if you're interested in SOS, look on your computer, you can find us. They got a lot going on. And it's much more than what's going on here. It's talking about our future, our wealth, and we don't want that mess with it, okay?
We're gonna call the meeting back to order. The 2.03 recognition of citizens disclaimer, the purpose
Big up, louder.
Move me.
Ms. Glenn, would you call the roll?
I want to go back in session.
Bonds was never appointed.
I second. Do I have
Go
a
back
second?
into open session. Appointed, no voted president, people. Let me remind you.
Ms. Glenn, I second the motion to go back into open session.
However, there was no appointment nor election of Vice President Bond to be board president. Again, this is an illegal action and you are.
We have a motion by Dr. Woods, a second by Mrs. Coleman. Ms. Glenn, would you call the roll?
I'm gonna have to stop you.
Call the roll.
She is the president. Please show me the meeting where she was appointed and voted president. Or I'd like to see the minutes from that meeting. Before you continue to call the roll, I need to see the minutes, and I will gladly stand and acknowledge her as the board president. But if you do not have those minutes from that meeting, we will continue with our meeting with Alexander as president until you all figure it out. So, should we continue?
I would like you to call the roll, Ms. Glenn.
Ms. Glenn, I'm very sorry, but you don't answer to individual voices. I know, you're absolutely right, I'm sorry.
Do I have the minutes?
You have to have the minutes to show that she was elected president by this board of education.
Thank you for recognizing me again, Tony Luisi, Board Attorney. The resolution that was adopted at the last meeting specifically stated,
It was not adopted.
specifically stated that upon adoption of the resolution that Ms. Bonds would become board president. Thank you very much.
Resolution?
That was an illegal resolution, a legal motion. That's the fight that I had from the very beginning. And you know that.
If you believe the motion is illegal and the action was illegal, then you have actions that you can take outside of this boardroom. We would respectfully ask that you let the board meeting proceed so that people here can actually come here for what they came here to speak about and to see. Thank you very much.
Again, I would like to see those minutes.
The minutes that state that Bonds was elected the board president. We need to see those minutes.
The board should either proceed or potentially move to the next meeting, and we can address this, but I would recommend proceeding, and a majority of the board is directing the employee to call the roll, so I would call the roll. And I am noting for the record that I am physically present, and I view that all 7 board members are here. So did someone step out?
She's in the back of the room.
So for the record, let know the board attorney is noting that all 7 board members are present at this board. But if they choose to participate, it's their choice, but they are present.
So what you're telling us is to accept a legal resolution made by a board member who stepped outside of policy to contact the law firm. Is that what you're telling us? That we should accept that?
Because that's exactly what happened.
We keep talking about when you guys aren't following the ordinance.
So ladies and
We
gentlemen.
paid you guys a lot of money.
I
You
truly
did it right.
apologize that you have to sit through this. This is an example of why the motion that was voted happened last week, or last month. Because we have an absence of leadership. We have a media center full of citizens who are concerned about the real issues that this community is facing. And this is what you have to deal with.
We have a president that will not allow you to hijack this
And I would
board.
and I would like to say to you that what happened last month was legal. Mr. Alexander knows that if he wanted to take legal recourse, he could. There are legal ways that he can handle this, not hijacking this meeting. So I'm sorry that you have to deal with this. I am trying to push through this so we don't have to recess this meeting and waste everybody's time. So please just be a little bit patient. Ms. Glenn, I'm asking you again to call the roll.
Ms. Glenn, we're asking you for the same thing.
Just
We want to
call
know,
the-
when
you
was
stop
she
talking, please just call the roll.
elected the president of this board? When? That's all we want to know. That's all I'm asking you.
I'm here.
Present.
Still doesn't make it legal, it doesn't make it right, Andrea, and you know that, you're an attorney, and you know good and well what you did, in the resolution, it was illegal. I explained it to you, I read it to you, and I told it to you. But you move forward, because I know you want to sit there.
So 2.03, this is recognition of citizens' disclaimer. The purpose of public comment is to allow the public to provide their input on school issues. The comments made by the public are not an expression of the opinion or position of the school district, Board of Education, or any of the individual board members in their official or individual capacities. Please refrain from mentioning the name of students. Each of you will have 4 minutes to speak. I have a note from Sherry Towery.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening. I'm an 18, my name is Sherry Towery. I'm an 18-year resident of the village of Madison, a 17-year teacher at Rich East High School, and the parent of a 2016 graduate. Rich East is a special place, as are all of our Rich Township schools. Rich East especially is a focal point of the community in Park Forest. I currently work with 2 former students, now adults, who have come back to work in the Rocket family. In addition, I work with many staff members who live in the district. I also work with a colleague whose daughter I coached and taught, so for Rich East, work is family. I want to spend whatever money I have on our district and not within the Lincoln Way community. My primary option would be to repair all of our buildings and work to reverse the downward population trends we see. I believe we're on the right path and we need to stay on it. I wish there was a 7th option of a building at Lincoln Mall as a last resort, but small is our strength. We may not be able to compete on every level with larger schools. However, it is our relationships in Rich Township that makes us special. I would like true community forums that have all the stakeholders' thoughts and decisions and are not made by the few for all of us. You are making game-changing decisions in regards to 5 communities' futures. Is the exchange at the beginning of the meeting productive? Does the exchange have students and student success in mind? I'd like to refer you to page 70 of the CBA. This agreement shall be subject to renegotiation in the event of a voluntary closing of a high school or reorganization of the school district in order to bargain the impact of such school closing or district reorganization. The procedures involved in dealing with the changes necessitated thereby and the alteration and/or suspension of the provisions of this agreement. Nothing, however, shall be deemed to interfere with the authority of the board to effect such closure or reorganization and to implement such procedures providing there has been prior consultation with the association, and there has not been. Thank you.
Judith Gonzalez.
My name is Judith Gonzalez. I'm a resident of Park Forest, been for 45 years. Graduated 3 children from Rich East. I have 4 points that I'd like to address and comment after that. The first one is, our district is stronger with the 3 schools. It will weaken our position within the state in terms of funding if we eliminate one of those schools. Second, are there documents available that were used to support this specific closure? And were other alternatives discussed and documented? 3, the roster of members of a committee or to form one that would determine alternatives to the closure of any of the 3 schools within this district. 4, we can always ask the state for a formal audit of our monies that are available within this district, because there should be enough, and if not, then alternatives and changes that need to be made can be made within our budget. The comment is, we are not elected to make easy choices, but the best one, with thought and research. We have our individual lives, this is true. However, once we are elected, we have chosen to take the responsibility for the office for which we have been elected to. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. I have Lynn Farmer.
Good evening, almost, it's about 3 minutes to 6. I am talking tonight about the oath of office that you all have taken. And I would like to remind you, and the people that I work with would like to remind you of a few important phrases from your oath of office
Excuse me, point of order.
as you listen to us today.
Can we stop people from walking up across the front dais when she's talking? That's this, okay, we should hand it out beforehand. I'm sorry. I wanted
That's
to
quite
see
all right.
about these distractions.
All right. You solemnly swore to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the school board. And, quote, respect taxpayers' interest by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets. You swore to foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course of Rich Township District 227. Juan? Okay, I hear talking in the background, and I am hearing impaired, so it's, yeah, all right. Okay, you swore to serve as key advocate on behalf of students in our community schools. You vowed to fulfill the vision the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in areas of academic skills.
6 o'clock buses are now loading outside of door 5.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm so sorry, I don't hear well, so I'm not quite sure if I'm supposed to address something back here, but I'm going to stay on task.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, all right, what vision? We as a community haven't seen a strategic plan presented to improve school performance or address missing programs that a move to Lincoln Way North would provide to improve performance or improve attracting, retraining kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Farmer. I have a Richardine Murray, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
Yes, I'm giving my minutes to Connie Means.
Ms. Means, we put on our agenda that we're not allowing people to yield time. So do you,
You're a public
okay, do you have,
Would you like to do? No,
did
I
you
don't
fill
have
out one
any.
of these?
I don't have any, I did fill out one of those, but she did her time.
Is one of these is yours? Because I have 2 with no names on them.
No, my name's on them. I'd like
I
to
don't have
address.
one with your name on it, Ms. Moon. Just a moment, I'm gonna let you speak. Which, did you fill out for?
Yes, it's got
So which one is
educational
yours?
excellence on it.
Okay, we have 4 minutes.
Thank you. I'd like to address the Lincoln Way situation and what it does for us as taxpayers. I own property in Rich Township. If you take my high school out of Rich Township and you place it into Lincoln, I lost my high school. My house will not sell for the price that it should sell. You are having an adverse effect on my wealth. Next thing I'd like to point out is that particular township is racially hostile. They don't want us over there. They don't want our children over there. They have painted swatch stickers on the top of their junior high. We have news articles that point to all of that. Why would we place black and brown bodies into a racially hostile situation? Research indicates in education that once learners are placed in a position where they feel endangered, and they will over there, because the Will County Sheriff will be the policing entity, and the people over there don't want it. So when they're merely trying to get a hot dog, things could go wrong. And for black people in America, that means you could be shot dead or a very minor infraction. I am asking this board, as parents, as mothers and fathers, to consider that move as null and void. There is no reason why we should move our children. Moving our children to Lincoln Way is not going to improve our program. Program improvement comes from the work of educators, working together with educators to find out, first of all, assess what the students need, assess what you need in programs, and then making those changes. It does not require a shiny new building. If we take what we have now in education and we put it at Howard University, it's going to be a failure because buildings and campuses don't make programs. And I am asking this board, whether you are an educator, whether you are a parent as an educator, whether you're a grandparent, to consider this and take this thing off the table. After we find out what we need in excellence, then we can build our campus. Then we can build our buildings. But we'll know what we need, won't we? So you need to put in charge somebody who understands education and the dichotomy of success. Who some of you say you can't find. I will send you to the upper tier schools in Chicago Public Schools. I will send you to Southland. That's what it looks like. So will you please do it, and I will work with you pro bono. I haven't changed that. Pro bono means for free. That's right.
Thank you, Ms. Means. I have a card with no name on it. If someone was intending to speak, they wanted to talk about long-range plans and budget, I want to give you your chance to speak.
Sorry, can I put my name down?
Kevin.
My name is Doug Price. I'm the president of a housing cooperative in Park Forest, 370 families. I've been responsible for the direction of that community for the last 32 years. I get elected every 3 years. And it is a lone hot seat. Two comments to begin with. One, obviously, the disagreement you guys are having among yourselves publicly is not very reassuring. Trust in leadership is 90% of bad decisions. Secondly, your website's not very friendly either. In order to find this meeting, you have to go through 4 or 5 different pages. Then you have to find the board, then you have to find the agendas, and then when you look at the agendas, and I went back, it's pretty consistent, the agendas just reference numbers. So then you gotta go over to the policy section, just to find out what the meeting's about. It's not a friendly way to, run a meeting. That being said, several people have already mentioned it, and I'm sure others will. To say that the decisions before this board are entirely a budget decisions, and to say, well, then we either move here, or we close this school, and so on and so forth, plays a game that has to do with closing institutions that we've seen all across this country. And the losers are always poor. And it's budgetary decisions when really, as mentioned by several here, where's the excellence analysis? Where is the analysis of student performance, student population? What I've seen to date have been basically financial numbers attached to 6 or 7 different plans with very little speaking at all about student performance. And it seems to me if you're not making a decision driven by student performance, and you're not making a decision driven by student population and what it might take to increase student population, because we basically know people are making choices to leave this district, then moving buildings around basically puts the community in an us against them kind of situation. We've seen it in the city of Chicago. We've seen it, and we don't even need to go any further than that. The schools that are closed are in the south suburbs, or the south side and the west side. And when you even look at the CTU representation within the union, as well as CPS, there's no south side and west side representatives. Don't play the same game here in the Southland. Don't play us against each other. And it just seems to me that an analysis should start with student performance. And if there's a student performance challenge, let's look at what that would look like and how that relates to the buildings, not the other way around. Otherwise, what's going to happen is the division that you have among yourselves is going to get played out in this community. And we're all losers in that sense. Those of you that have been in the Southland for any portion of your life recognize we're the stepchildren of Cook County and we're the stepchildren of the state. We don't need to basically take what we have and make it worse by the kinds of leadership and decisions that we make. So I encourage you to, again, show us an analysis that includes student performance. Show us an analysis that talks about student population. Then look at the budget and how it works out. Appreciate your time.